What's going on, guys? This is Coach Carter. Today's Coffee with Coach is going to be kind of a follow-up. If you remember last Friday, we talked about the two rules that I had as a coach. One was be on time, and the other one was do the right thing. Well, I talked to one of my former players here recently, Jonathan Davis, and Jonathan reminded me of a time where he made a bad choice, and because he made a bad choice, he had a bad consequence. And so as the story goes, we were in our preseason conditioning program in the fall at Easley High School, at the old school, and we would always start with some type of stretch and some type of dynamic warm-up, but we always would start our practice with 2 laps around the field. Now, if you talk to the guys today, they'll tell you it was more like 8 laps around the field, but it was just 2 laps around the field, and then we would stretch, do our agilities, get warmed up good, and then we would go up top and get after it in the weight room. And I'm really proud of those guys because, man, we worked pretty hard at it, and it's all because they bought into what we were doing. But on this particular day in the fall, we're about 30, 45 minutes into our pre-lift workout or stretching routine, and through the gate comes Jonathan Davis. And Jonathan Davis was a very good player. He was a captain. He's a guy that worked really hard, and he was the best player that he could possibly be. But on this particular day, he was late. Well, one of Coach Carter's rules is you be on time. And so he came running through the gate, and he ran over to me, and I said, "John, what's going on, man? I don't understand. How can you be late?" He said, "Coach, I had detention today." And I said, "John, you had detention today? And that's why you're late for practice?" He said, "Yes, sir." I said, "Well, who gave you detention?" He said, "Miss Santiago." I don't know if you've ever been to Easley High School, but Miss Santiago wasn't no joke. And I said, "John, what did Miss Santiago give you detention for?" And he said, "Chewing gum." And I said, "Are you serious? She gave you a detention for chewing gum?" Well, I'll tell you what, John. You see those stadium steps over there? I want you to start at the bottom, and I want you to run to the top, and I want you to go up and down until I get tired, and then we'll call it a day. So John takes off. Bam! He goes over to those stadium steps, man, and up and down he starts to go. I finished with what we were doing with the other kids, and we walked up the hill at the old Easley High School, and we went in the weight room, and I don't know, it was some period of time later, maybe an hour, maybe more than that. One of John's teammates came up to me, and he said, "Hey, Coach, where's Davis?" And I said, "Oh, God, I had forgotten about him." And so I panicked, and I went running out of the weight room, and I'm standing at the top of the hill up there, and I look across the football field, and here's John, and he's still going up the stairs, just at a really slow pace, but he is still going, and he is making his way to the top. And I whistle at him, and, "John, come here!" And as John started walking over to me, he said, "Hey, Coach," I said, "John, I'm so sorry, buddy." He said, "I forgot all about you." And John staggered over to me, and he put his hands on his knees, and he leaned over, and he said, "Coach Carter, I swear to God, I'll never chew another piece of gum as long as I live." And to this day, some 20 years later, John never lets me forget that. But once again, life is all about the choices you make and the consequences that followed. And for poor John, he knew that Miss Santiago wasn't a fan of the Chicle because she taught Spanish. And thankfully, John's parents were awesome folks, and his mom was like, "Hey, listen, don't worry about it. You didn't kill him. It's all good." So just a little break for today, but hey, love you guys. The best is yet to come. And follow the rules, John, and you wouldn't have to run. Have a great day.